All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, blue lady! Blue lady! What's that in? Hey, express!
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Out. 54, south. 39.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey, express. Space. Hey, Tuesday.
Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And an alley to run. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Derrick Henry. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Kill. Bang. 80 weapons. Hey, Delta. 36.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Takk McKinley coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. Kenyon Barner deep for Atlanta. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kamale Correa. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Ready,
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
21.
Chopper.
Slow. No.
Go.
Gun.
Now Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3 down.
Bravo.
Check 52. Gun. Wide motion.
From the gun, it's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, it had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Tennessee.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
On the set.
Check 59.
Cut.
Check. Crunch.
Get it.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And an alley to run. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, Orville.
2nd down and goal. Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Byron Pringle, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Down.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
You got 4. Hey, South.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Buying time to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for the Titans. 52 yards.
And the Titans first down.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. To throw is Tannehill. He completes it to Stewart. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
First down, Titans.
Tannehill in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Henry. They can't corral him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Draw play. This is Henry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Johnny P-Lady, 125. Hey, express. It's just me and you. Got. 55, not 55. Got.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
51.
2nd and 2. At the Titans' 37-yard line.
On 2nd and 2, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with Henry. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
We play to win. Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hey, zoom.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
I got him. Hey, Rick Lance. Ready to go.
To throw again. Ryan, flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Ready to go.
To throw on third down. Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The end result, 21 yards.
They've done an excellent job blanketing Julio Jones here in the first half. That's just his second catch. So as they head into halftime, the Falcons have to ask this question of themselves. How do we get the ball to number 11?
Now Ryan on first down. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Mike, 55. Check. 11. It was pretty quiet, D. It was pretty quiet.
Shit. Watch the twist.
Hey, wait. Check 37.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Wait. I got two. Got it. Check 26.
Again, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up fourth down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4.
Hey, wahoo!
We got 3.
Gun. Motion backfield. Let him go.
Here we go on fourth down with Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Check it out, please. Check that.
You go, Porter.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
61, match box, lights. Hey, exit. Let's go.
Tannehill going to throw on 31. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows?
Ready.
But it looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah. You don't want to know.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check 45 tonight. It's been a long day for you.
X3, 218, chop. Hey, I-7, 5.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. It's caught. It's Stewart. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. A shotgun handoff to Henry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down and 4, Tannehill going to throw deep for the end zone. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
We got this.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, Blue
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Falcons grab it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Ready, go ready. Hey, check.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 4 down. Alert.
Hey, south. Ready, set.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Freeman again. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And he is going to get this close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the Titan 17. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
It's 4th down.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Move. 3 down.
Hey, Delta.
3 down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
Got it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry. He's got a first down and more past the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 84 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
What's tight? Tight end right. What's tight? Tight end right.
20. Get up.
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the start.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover. And oh, it coughed it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well,
rush coming, and he he's taken down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Down to hit.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
That's it, coach. We're going to work.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect.
And this is caught at the 20. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 55 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
24's on the moon. 24's on the moon. 51, down. Hey, Echo.
Throwing again. Ryan. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Be alert, be alert.
45, Mike, 45. I got him.
Good, here we go.
Now Lewis here on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Henry. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
A gain of 12. And the Titans first down.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 10-yard line.
Check 31, check 31.
On second down, here's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.